Yeah, when we're really looking at things being centralized, I think it's important to understand that when things are being centralized and our role really being reduced down as a consumer, what ends up happening is that we have no control of what how things work. So that our relationship with it again is by paying bills, and our imagination of energy is the hardware. So a lot of the debate around the energy transition is always reduced down into the hardware. Are we talking about big power plants like the coal power plant or nuclear power plants or any sort of centralized power plants? Or are we talking about smaller things like rooftop solar, batteries? But ultimately, when we talk about energy democracy, it's not about the hardware. It's about the power struggle. It's about who gets to control these things so then people actually have consent about what's happening in their own backyard. When we're talking like when we have pollution that happens that you have control of where it should exist, most people would actually have a real conversation with their neighbors and actually truly practice what we really want to envision our livelihood should be like and have that kind of conversation. So when we're really thinking about energy, centralized energy, in many ways, is really talking about our decision making power taken away from us. And of course, there are going to be centralized like energy models that an infrastructure that could work as long as there are governance structure in place that has transparency, accountability, and real inclusion of the workers and the communities who are directly impacted by the infrastructure. But right now, we have not really seen any infrastructure and governance structure that truly does that. So this is why now, in order for us to achieve this, we have to talk about how do we decentralize the power so communities across the country can actually decide for themselves on how the energy is generated, how it's being consumed, and how they relate to it so they can talk about how to truly govern it.